This video is gonna make some people really fucking happy, I'm sure of it. Might be a handful who are disappointed, but from what I've gathered, I'm apparently gonna make a lot of people's day just making this damn video. I'm leaving the vinyl community, I'm leaving the VC, and just... for as much as I'd like to point the finger at one person, it's not. It's not. It's the generalized attitude of a whole community at large about a completely disgusting situation that should never be forgiven, ever, by any rational human. And the fact that this is so normalized to these people, that's a community I want no part of if that is the way that they think. If you're cool with platforming a rapist, it's not just hearsay. He's on a registry. I'm not naming names. We all know who it is, though. But you can look this up. It exists. If you're naive enough to buy into the bullshit story that I was framed, obviously he's gonna fucking say that. You think somebody who's done that is gonna proudly go, oh yeah, I did that, and like have no remorse? Like, come on, of course they're gonna claim that. You can pull the wool over their eyes, you're not pulling it over mine. I spent enough years of my life being gaslit by extended family who forgave the people who abused me, and my siblings, and my cousins, and a shit ton of other children, and looked the other way and protected those fucking monsters, and really gave fuck all about the people who are being victimized. And that is why this is a hill I am happy to die on here, and there is nothing anyone can say or do that will change my mind on that. There is no forgiveness in my heart for a person who's done that. Ever. I don't care what the hell your excuse is. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know that person. I don't want to know anybody who is cool with forgiving that, frankly. So, I slept on this video, not one but a couple nights, to make sure I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I got a lot of the anger out of my system first. I can't claim all. That would be disingenuous to claim all, but I got a lot of it out. I got some of the tears out, some from being triggered, some from just a sense of loss of what I'm walking away from, because let's be real, it doesn't matter how big or small a loss is, it's human nature to go through the stages of grief to some degree over any type of a loss. That's human nature. So, I gave myself some time to think about it, to process this, to make sure this is really what I want to do. So... yeah, I mean, in one regard, I never really felt I was truly a part of the vinyl community anyway. Let us be real. I don't talk about records. I don't show records. I don't care to. I buy maybe one or two in a year, and I'm happy with that. I don't view it as the be-all, end-all of media formats. I don't. I actually view it as an inferior media format, but I view it as a piece of artwork when I buy them, which is why I usually get colored vinyl releases of things. There has to be something special about it that makes it worth my while to get it in that format over things that are actually a lot crisper and clearer. I'm not judging anybody who does prefer that. You do you. I get it. But to place people who are a fan of somebody and try to claim that they are less of a fan because they buy this media format over that media format is weird to me, and it just smacks of people just trying to show what kind of money they've got to burn. It's a pissing contest at the end of the day, and I'm like, yeah, I was never really a part of that, nor did I ever consider myself to be one. It was always other people who lumped me in under that umbrella title. Music community, sure, I talk about music, but it doesn't have to be specifically vinyl format. It is what it is. So, I mean, in that regard, how am I walking away if I was never really in it? But the spaces that I've been around very much are that I've been integrated into. And I guess, you know, with that kind of demographic, it is largely older white males who would much rather protect each other than protect somebody who's been victimized. Am I claiming to be a victim of this particular individual? No. Did he say wildly inappropriate things to me, though, that made me stupidly uncomfortable 1,010 times over? Yes. So that tells me this person has not changed in their heart and their mind. They're not sorry for what they did. You can defend him all you want. I will not, though. I will not forgive that. I will not platform that. I will not have anything to do with that. And if that's the way that a whole community feels is, oh, it's fine because it was a long time ago, I don't feel comfortable being a part of such a community who is so blasé about that horrific of a thing. That just tells me you were lucky enough to never have to live through that kind of a thing. I don't even remember a time in my life where that was not a thing I was going through, because it was happening to me that young. So, yeah, am I triggered? Yes. Yes, I fucking am. And I have been pretty much from day one of that dude showing up. And I pretty much tried to swallow it down and convince myself that it's a you problem, it's not a him problem, because it was before I knew the other piece of the puzzle here that, oh, there is a reason all these alarm bells are going off for you. He is one of those. I have never had my gut instinct ping incorrectly on that for me. For what it's worth, it has only ever gone off when it has been proven that there is something for it to be going off over. So, yeah, you may argue that, yeah, well, this ain't about you. Cool, so you won't miss that I'm not there. And from what I was hearing from trolls not that long ago, there's plenty of people who'd rather have him on screen than me. That's fine. Take him. Have him. You be the ones associated with his name. I don't want any part of it at all, ever again. So, for me, pretty sure this is gonna look like just sticking to my own damn channel, where I am safe, where I don't have to interact with anyone I don't want to interact with. Now, if you want to continue interacting with me, you can come to my channel. Don't ever bring up that fucker's name around me ever again, or reference it in any kind of a way. I do not wish to hear about that monster. You can come to me, but I won't be going on panels anymore elsewhere. I'm pretty sure I've been soured on that permanently. The only exceptions I would even consider making, and it'll be a while before I even have any desire to even want to again, would be the couple of people who actually did the right thing and cut ties point blank across the board right away. The fact that there was only a couple of people who did the right thing is very disheartening to me. But not my circus, not my monkeys, frankly. So it is what it is. I thought the trolls who are claiming that there's a lot more people who hate you than hate him, I thought they were just being dicks. In hindsight, I'm realizing that, you know what, maybe they were the only ones who had the balls to be brutally honest with me about that, and that's fine. I'm realizing in hindsight that, okay, yeah, alright, this is very much a misogynist community. I'm understanding more and more with each passing day why there is so few females in it. Because you fuckers are like this. Okay, makes sense now. I'm just saying, if you're a mother or a father, to daughters especially, and somebody did that to your daughter, I don't care that it was like 20 plus years ago. Are they supposed to just get over that because it was a long time ago? No. You would be angry forever over that they did that to your kid. Would you not? Of course you friggin' would. But because, oh, this is somebody we knew on the internet, we didn't know that past first, and we grew attached to him, so it's fine, it was a long time ago. Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. And it's never going to sit well with me. So, again, I'm not naming names, because this isn't truly the witch hunt that certain people would like to make it out to be. But I'm just saying, I have no room, no place in my life for platforming people like that. Not after everything I've lived through. Fuck no. I spent 20 years of my life putting up with that shit. You heard me right. This wasn't just when I was little. My parents even co-signed on this shit happening, and they knew about it. And they didn't care. It took until I was 22 for it to fucking stop. So, I'm just saying, I have no patience for anyone who has that kind of a history. Do not come near me if you have that kind of a history. Don't want to hear it. Don't care what your story is. Don't care that you claim you're a friend. Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. It's not my job to forgive you. It's not my job to have have to interact with you. No one is obligated to interact with anyone. And I'm sure it's not ever going anywhere that fucker is again. No thank you. Do not want it. Do not want it. And it's just wild to me thinking of all of the other niche areas of YouTube that I'm involved in. If this shit had gone down in literally any of the other ones, this would have been handled so differently. That guy would have been out of here on a rail post months ago. No one would have put up with this shit. But because it's old white men for the majority of it, it's like, yeah, we're gonna forgive this one because he's one of us. It's pretty gross. It's pretty fucking gross. So, I'm just disgusted with how many people actively chose to side with evil on this one. And that's why I'm stepping away from it, because I mentally can't handle that. And I don't want to be associated with, or have my name attached to in any way, a community that's okay with that. And in before somebody claims, go to therapy! I've been in 20 fucking 6 years of therapy. Okay, this is as good as it gets for me. Before anybody goes, yeah, you could be meeting people every day, like, just out in the wild that do that. I'm so scared because of what I went through. I don't even leave my house 99% of the time. Okay? So, I don't, that just, no, that doesn't sit well with me, because as it is, I acknowledge that I am fucked up in the head from what I went through, and there really is no fixing that. It just is what it is, and that's my cross to bear in life. But what I can do is I can control the situations I put myself in and the people that I am surrounded with. That is what I can do. So, I'm just saying, I am not going to keep putting myself in situations where this is so bad for my mental health. It's pretty bad when other people had to point it out to me. The panels I was seen on with this individual months ago even, you could see the instant moment that my brain went into dissociation mode and I just mentally checked out, like lights are on but no one's home. Every time. Because even on a subconscious level, I was being triggered but trying to convince myself that I wasn't. I didn't know other people could see it. But apparently they could. And more than one person brought that to my attention. So I'm just saying, I'm not doing it anymore. It just, I value having some semblance of peace of mind in my life. I was robbed of too many years of it. I'm not putting myself through that if I don't have to, frankly. You know? Like, why the fuck would you do that if you don't have to? So I'm like, you know what? You can have him. You can have him. I will never darken your doorstep again. Don't worry. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with any of that. Now, does that mean I'm going to stop talking about music over here? No, it does not. But it's the one place I am going to talk about, is here, where I'm actually safe. And I feel secure in who I have here. And if I do suddenly get a vibe that I'm not safe, I can go and have somebody kicked off immediately if I'm uncomfortable. Because on my channel, I control who I do and do not allow to interact. So, for me, that's the path forward I'm taking. Will I ever go on a panel elsewhere outside the VC again? Maybe, but I'm so just soured and disgusted right now with the general attitude towards this that I'm like, it's gonna be a good long fucking while before I even consider it. It'll probably be months, bare minimum. Maybe years, I don't know. You have to keep in mind, I've been doing this YouTube thing for 19 years of my life. I only started doing panels in about the past 2. So for me to just be like, you know what? I was doing just fine and well before I ever opened that Pandora's box. I think I was better off. I don't think I need that kind of interaction. If I have it, I'll do it on my own, where I control who's there. And if I'm getting the ick, you're gone. Just point blank. I don't have to explain. I don't have to. So, but even at that, I mean, I stopped doing normal live streams like the better part of a year ago. because it got too uncomfortable, and I felt like I was losing control of what was happening on them and what was being talked about on them. And to his credit, Mean Mr. Mayo was dead fucking right when he said it seems like all of the evils of YouTube always stem from the live streams. Truer words have not been spoken, and that is also understatement of the century. Because I feel like I did just fine when I stuck to my own channel. I might do a stream here or there on my own channel, where I'm in control of it. And just, in general, I was fine with that. I was fine with that. Why I thought I needed to branch out beyond that, I don't know. But I think I'm pretty well done with that. I don't think I need that in my life anymore, even elsewhere. So, I'm not saying 100% certain never again anywhere, but I'm saying it's highly unlikely. So please don't have your hopes up. I know Richard really wants me to still go on with him, but I'm like, I really am just soured on live streams in general at this point, if I'm being honest. So it ain't personal, it just... I have to protect my peace at the end of the day. I have to protect me. I have to protect my mental well-being as best as I can to cope. Because sure, for some people, YouTube is just fun and games, and like, when they switch off of it, it doesn't exist. For something like this, where I'm getting triggered ongoingly, it doesn't go away when I click off of it. It's still going on in my head and continuing even when it's not happening. I can't have that. And again, just, I felt beholden to people that I was friends with to do them a favor by going on with them. But if I'm suffering as a result of it, what am I getting out of this? They're getting a benefit of having a girl on screen, sure. But I'm getting mentally harmed as a result of certain people they're choosing to platform. I'm done with that. I'm done. Simple as that. And yeah, the comments are turned off on this video. I will not be turning them on because this is not up for discussion. You're not changing my mind. You're not going to apologize on his behalf. It's not up for discussion. Do not go spam my other videos with comments about this. I'll just instantly ban you if you attempt it. Just don't do it. Don't waste your breath. It's not welcome here. One big silver lining to if I'm walking away from the VC means that I don't have to just blindly put up with certain haters just because, oh, that's their shtick. That's how they play with everyone. So you have to put up with it too. Yeah, no, I actually don't. Because if I'm not a part of it, what status quo am I adhering to? Oh, right. There isn't one. So if I see certain individuals starting up on me again, bye-bye. I don't have to be nice to you anymore. So, my patience was already thin. There's like about 3 or 4 different people that come to mind immediately with this. So, you're on thin fucking ice. I'm just saying. Because I know damn well they're gonna try their shit again. And then that's gonna be it. And it's gonna be very cathartic to me to boot them. So, because I mean, let's be real. Karaoke streams aren't going away, because sometimes those are the only way I hit the payout threshold for the month. It's the only reason I do them. I never made any kind of secret of that. Everybody kind of just accepted that, okay, we're kind of having a good time enjoying this. You get to do that. It's an exchange of goods and services. It is what it is. So... yeah, those aren't going away just because I've left the VC. I did those even before I was in the VC. Because again, I'm not leaving, like, the music side of YouTube. I'm just leaving the vinyl community where it's super toxic. There's plenty of other areas where it's not toxic like that. You might want to branch out and try them sometime, except I don't want you poisoning the well, so I'm not going to point out which exact circles. But, just saying. So I think I've about said my piece. Again, if you want to still watch me, stick around here because it's the only place you're going to see me. Because I'm just done with going on other people's streams. When this is the attitude, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't. And I won't. So, I'm sure it's an unpopular opinion, but you know what? It's mine, and it belongs to me, and I am allowed to have it.